Hi National 5 Business and welcome back to your next week on Recruitment and Selection and your topic of the management of people or human resources. Now apologies if there's any bad sound quality in the background, I'll try and talk loud enough so it covers it, but there's some work going on outside of my house that just can't be avoided. So we're going to concentrate more of the selection process today. We looked at recruitment last week and we're going to concentrate on selection this week. So let's get started. The selection process, so recruitment stage must be completed before selection can begin. Once job applicants have been received, the best person for the job has to be selected. First of all, the business would normally look very carefully at every applicant received and often their references from previous employers as well, before deciding whether to invite them to the next stage of the selection process or to reject them. This stage is known as shortlisting, a list of people who are thought to be suitable for the job based on their application and references. If you're invited to the next stage, this would normally involve attending an interview and maybe having to undertake some sort of test. Now, the selection process has several stages, so we need to collect in their CVs and applications, create a shortlist, hold your interviews and have testing, and then inform the successful candidates. The selection process is a process of choosing the correct person from the pool of applicants that have applied for the job. So the candidates will apply for the job, possibly using some sort of application form or handing in their CV. Employer creates the shortlist. There could be interviews that could be done over the telephone or face-to-face. They might have to do some sort of testing, but not all jobs use testing, but more kind of practical, maybe high levels of fitness needed, high levels of intelligence needed will ask for testing. You'll need to provide a reference from a previous employer just saying why you might be suitable now for this new job. Appoint the member of staff and then you'll be provided with a contract of your employment. Now your references are a report from a previous employer, school or college about that person. References normally include details about a person's experience, their ability to carry out a job, comments on their skills and qualities, and their attendance record, just kind of giving you an overall view of what that type of person is, and if it would let you know as the employer, will this person be suitable for this job? Now, an interview is a meeting between an applicant and people from the business. The applicant has to answer a number of questions about why they want that job. Now, the advantages of holding interviews is you can see the personality and appearance of the applicant. The content of the applicant's CV or the application form can be checked, so you could ask them questions about it. And also you as the applicant could ask questions back as well. Just get a bit more information about the job, find out if you think the job's right for you. Disadvantages, however, it's time consuming to carry out. It takes up a lot of the day. You have to be trained to be an interviewer as well. It takes up a lot of time and money. Some people don't perform well at interviews, so they might be more suitable for the job, but they just get really nervous in an interview. I know personally that's how I feel when I go into interview processes or interview stages. I get very nervous and tongue-tied trying to sell myself to people. If you ask me to write down everything I could do that no problem, but saying it face to face, I get nervous and almost slightly embarrassed, because in an interview you need to really talk yourself up, tell the people why you are the best person for that job, and it just doesn't come naturally to me to speak so highly of myself, and a lot of people are the same. And the interview bias can exist. Unfortunately, there is people out there who maybe just take a look at you and think, no, they're not going to fit, and it's extremely wrong to do so. But unfortunately, it does still happen. You can be given tests as well if you have applied for a job. So a test can assess a number of different things. It could be medical or fitness. For example, if you're trying to apply for the army, they'll put you through medical and fitness tests. Could be personality tests or sort of specific skills as well you're asked for. Each test will assess a different aspect of the applicant and they can confirm the information given on the application form. So for example, Gemma has applied for a job as an administrative assistant. Her application form says she can type 40 words per minute. The business has asked Gemma to undertake a typing test to confirm that she can actually do this. Just prove that you can do that task that you've said that you can do. Now, advantages of providing tests is the content of the applicant's CV or application form can be confirmed. So what they're saying they can or can't do, you're testing them to confirm that they can do it. And they can also provide information about the personality of the applicant as well if they're taking some sort of personality test. And I will be giving you one out this week as well. Disadvantages, it's time consuming to carry out, it can be expensive, there's a lot of things you need to put in preparation to have these tests done. And some people might not be very good at tests, they're like exams, they can become quite stressful. If you're just being put on the spot to have to answer all these questions, again, it can make people very nervous and not do as well as they probably should. Now, I have put these following questions up onto an assignment on Teams for you, and I'm just going to talk quickly through them to give them a bit of explanation, because I've had a bit of feedback that people would like just a little bit of advice on how to go about some questions. So, name the 3 activities carried out by the HRM department. You will probably get that in your previous recorded lesson, that answer, so I'd go back to that one. Compare recruitment and selection. So I need a comparison, and remember you need to give me a direct comparison. If you're talking about what's carried out in that selection stage, you need to give the almost exact opposite what's carried out in the other one. But because it just says compare, it doesn't say compare the differences or compare the similarities, so you can talk about both. You can do similarities or differences. Describe internal recruitment and describe external recruitment. You're going to get that in last week's video. Describe a reference, you're going to get that from this week's video, and outline an advantage and a disadvantage of an interview. So you're going to get that from this week's video as well. So these should be pretty straightforward for you to complete this week. So, tasks that you have got to do for this week for me. Complete the following or complete the previous questions on the slide before this one. Write up notes from PowerPoint. I highly suggest you go into BBC Bitesize, please, and update your notes. They are going to give you detailed, excellent answers that the SQA look for. So please go to the BBC Bitesize website. I can copy and paste them all onto these slides, but what's the point of me doing that when you are all capable to go on yourself and just update your notes? And you were also going to complete a personality test. So I've put an assignment up on Teams for it. It's called the Meyer Briggs personality test. And it will just give you an idea. It doesn't take long, maybe it takes 10 minutes to complete. And it gives you a real kind of full overview of the type of personality you have based on the questions you've answered. And I feel it's quite accurate. I put my answers up when I did it on the slide as well, so you can see what kind of personality they gave for me, and I might match you, or we might be totally polar opposite personalities. Just need to wait and see. Again, any questions, drop me an email. You're all doing really fab with your work. I'm really impressed with it. If you would rather you had the actual PowerPoint slides of these instead of me just sending you out the video link to them, drop me a message and let me know if you prefer to work that way. So good luck, and any questions, you know where I am on Glow emails to drop me a message. Thanks guys.